guys, welcome back to another amazing video on the channel. Today we're going to take it slow. The fuel pump still has not came in for the brown truck, the Turbo S10. But what I'm thinking about doing is going ahead and mounting the fuel cell and running my my return line. I can't go ahead and run my feed line, but I want to have as least amount of least amount of dash 10 as possible. I really use up all of my dash 8, you know what I'm saying, before I go to the 10. So I want to see what that runs out first. But without further ado, we're gonna skip to it. All right, guys, I'm back at the house. First things first, I really have to address this. This doesn't make any sense. Like, I just throw stuff in the back, and I need to do better about that. But we're gonna clean this out. We gotta install this fuel cell. Alright guys, it wasn't that hard. I swept it a little bit. We got the back of the bed cleaned out. That's my keep pile, and this is stuff that I know I'm gonna regret throwing away. Like that paint, a little bit of touch-up paint will never hurt. But we are about to mount this fuel cell. Now this isn't no extraordinary fuel cell. This is a 10-gallon Amazon special fuel cell. It does have a sump, which I did like, and also like how these are 10s at the very top. These look like these are 10s too, so I'm gonna have to get a reducer for this because that's something I did not order. But it came with the fuel level gauge. I'm gonna have to cut this off and rewire and stuff like that. But the main reason why I really bought this fuel cell is because it has the tabs. Now, if you know, most fuel cells, they have the straps that go over it. I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be nice and clean. You know, nobody really knows it's there. You'll see that it's there. But I just really want the tabs. But what we're about to do is go ahead and measure this sump like down and this way. Maybe I'll cut it a little bit farther back, maybe like the right here to have some wiggle room. I'm gonna get the measuring and cutting it out. Alright, so making my marks for this was a little bit more complicated than I thought it was going to be, because I don't want it to look crooked, because with the way the bed sits, it's going to look crooked. So my best bet was try to offset it just a little bit, and I think I did. I'm not really sure, but I did quite a bit of measuring, got my square out, did some measuring, tape measure, did some measuring. This right here, these holes, I was really trying to get those to be here and there, you know what I'm saying? But one's gonna be here and one's gonna sit on the actual flat part of it. So I'll probably put like a spacer in between it to offset that gap and everything like that for the rivets. But I'm gonna get to cutting. I couldn't find my really good cutting wheel, so I'm gonna use the Harbor Freight Bueller, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get to it. All right, we got the fuel cell mounted. I didn't do the best of jobs of lining that baby up. I tried, but how I really want it is to be flat, you know what I'm saying? Not on a curve like that, how that's flat there. I'm gonna go to the store and find like some washers to put underneath there, or something that's what, a 1/4 inch I'd say. But now I want to check to see if underneath, oh Wrong way. Now I want to check see underneath. As you can see, underneath the sump. Let me see. You can see the sump is perfect. I might cut it back just a little bit, as I still think it's on it. But other than that, I think we did. Oh wow, I'm really zoomed in. Hold on. Other than that, I think we did a really good job about cutting it. I'm gonna go and do some more cutting in the back just to. I bet you that was really zoomed in. But I'm gonna do a little bit more cutting and we're gonna see what happens. Guys, I don't wanna toot my own horn, but your boy can cut a pretty good straight line with no guide. Well, I did have Sharpie mark. But other than that, I can cut a pretty straight line. One thing I didn't notice was that the whole entire time I was cutting, there was a full 5-gallon bucket of gas that was underneath me, and I didn't know it. But the more you know. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of some of these jagged edges. One thing I didn't do on my white truck back when I had it, it just had jagged edges all the time, and I was just in a rush to do everything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna take these, and I'm gonna get to getting these edges off, because I tried this a little bit earlier, and no, I don't want to listen to that. You know, the neighbors can, I don't care, but I don't want to listen to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to doing that. Put you guys on time lapse. All right, guys. Now it's the time where I gotta be pretty. Wow. Now it's the time where I gotta be pretty accurate, because as you can see, instead of 2 holes, I got to drill 4. Where's the other one at? I got to drill 4. So I want to drill like a pilot hole, so I'm gonna make this my pilot hole right here. God, come on, this thing is so tricky to get the drill bits out of. Come on, and we got it. So I want to make my pilot hole not too small, you know what I'm saying? It is just a pilot hole, but you always want to drill a pilot hole, because if you don't, you just might mess up your cut. Your cut might be at an angle, and the rivets that I'm using, they have to be pretty freaking straight. So little teeny pilot hole just to be.
And there's one. Other one is right here. Alright, where's the other one? And bada bing, bada boom. And the last but not least, there's no way that's my pilot hole right there. Alright guys, hold on. Quick in a minute. Alright, that's my hole. And that's my hole right there. And the other, oh, but I didn't even mark this one. Hold on. I'm carrying a gun with me. Oh, I didn't make it. I'm just going to drill it while we're right here. Bada bing, bada boom. I marked it a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and drill that. All this stuff down are going to get washed.
All right. Cool. All right, guys, that was my last hole I had to drill. Sorry for the background noise, neighbors are working, but I chose the biggest rivets that I had, because they literally. So I chose the biggest rivet spot things I had, because they fit the fuel cell so perfect, and I kind of want to run pretty decently sized bolts up here. So you just pop them in there. Let's see if I can. You pop. Oh my God. You pop them in there, and it's as simple as that. I'm gonna get to putting them in the gun and putting them in. All right, guys. Not really sure what I filmed yet, but here we go. Here's a good look at it. So the holes line up pretty good. I didn't. Oh, but I might have wallowed that one out a little bit. That one looks like it's gonna fit pretty good. As you guys know, I don't have bolts for it because I brought all the wrong bolts. But I'm about to run to Harbor Freight, and yeah, I'm about to. Oh my God, freaking bug! Did y'all see that? There's a ladybug. All right, guys, I'm back. It's a new day. I went yesterday to Tractor Supply and got the hardware for the boat. Got the hardware for the fuel cell and the bolts and stuff like that. Got all the rivets put in. They look really good, man. They look They look good. And the whole point of using the rivets is just, every time I use watch a YouTube video, I say everybody's like, yeah, I'm about to rivet this stuff in. I'm just like, man, I always use silk tappers, right? So that was my time. We're about to throw you guys over a time lapse and get this fuel cell put in permanently. Guys, this came out a lot better than the White Trucks fuel cell. I really like the shims and everything came up and lined it up nicely here. Look at this. So look at that. Like, I don't know if you can see, it is not touching the truck at all. But on this side, it's gonna have a little gap. That's because it's flush on this freaking hump right here. But as you can tell on this side, I needed to use those shims like I was talking about. And we measured those shims out perfectly, man. Like it couldn't get any better than that. This project didn't take long. I mean, it's an Amazon fuel cell, 120, 130 bucks, something like that. And what I'm thinking about doing is right here, and from right there, is making like a little loop here, like a circle. That way it's smooth and it just looks a little bit nicer if it's smooth. It is not the most even thing in the world. You can definitely tell that it needs some work, but the way I wanted it, I wanted the mounts for it to be flush on here and flush here, and flush here. But obviously I couldn't make that work because if I would have gotten a 15 gallon, it probably would have worked that way. But I think I am gonna upgrade to a 15 gallon in the future. But to start this baby up, a 10 gallon fuel cell from Amazon is gonna do just fine. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.